These are the 20 wildest moments in NBA history. And at number 20, a shot that turned a Bulls fan into a millionaire?
That young man being hugged has just won $1 million here at Chicago Stadium.
That shot really got him $1 million. A hug from MJ. And his cheeks clapped? Well, at number 19, Draymond Green turned the NBA into the UFC.
And Curry's got the board. Green gets Sabonis is down.
And I hope Sabonis is okay from that.
Draymond really saw a dude on the ground and hit him with a finishing move. No wonder why it got Draymond compared to pro wrestlers.
Why when Draymond gets ejected from the game, why must he be Hulk Hogan at WWE?
And that's just who Draymond is though, man. He ain't scared of anybody. But even he ain't wild enough to assault a ref like at number 18.
Pass. Boozer, strong move in the lane and had enough to get it to go. Fist pumps and almost punched Dan Crawford, who was making the foul call.
Oh my God, how'd the ref stay on his feet? That even hurt me. But what hurt even worse was number 17. The time a 4th grader ruined one of the biggest games of the season? This wasn't just any game. The Bulls were fighting for a playoff spot, so one loss and their season would be over. But little did everybody know, they had a secret weapon, DeMar DeRozan's daughter, DR.
If he steps the wrong way or something.
Visit to Florida State. Asked Patrick said I was down for whatever coach. Underrated passer, doing a nice job.
So the total number or the quality of shots? I'm comfortable.
That is the daughter of DeMar DeRozan. And here's the voice you're hearing when Raptors shoot. She's screaming.
Every single time she watched the Raptors shoot a free throw, she screamed as loud as she could. And it caused the Raptors to have one of the worst free throw shooting performances in playoff history. 18 for 36, literally 50%. We're talking about a team who usually shoots 78%, so obviously those screams helped. This allowed the Bulls to pull off a completely unexpected win and got DeRozan's daughter paid.
It's crazy. My daughter called me the other day when she was getting out of school. You know, she just said, "Dad, can I come to the Toronto game?" And I just said, you can miss one day of school and come to a game, and I'm glad I did. I owe her some money for sure.
Damn, she low-key deserves the 6th Woman of the Year award. But as wild as that was, it wasn't a world record, like at number 16.
132 cans of silly string, section 1 versus section 22. And everybody on your mark, get set, shoot! Oh, it's beautiful! Everybody's gonna shoot the cans. You got it. We're gonna set the record. It's looking good.
Man, those fans almost took as much white sticky stuff as my ex. 432 cans is wild. But at number 15, NBA players say some pretty wild things.
I mean, 2 guys came up on me. It's hard. I mean, if you got 2 guys on top of you.
He comes with a lot of energy. Oh, shit, pause.
We've been able to penetrate their bigs, get deep, suck the D in.
I know how to say something to get them turned on too, so, whoa. Come on.
Even NBA announcers get a little wild.
Oh my goodness. Jordan Clarkson almost came in my lap.
Beasley, give me that shimmy. I want to see that more often this season.
But when I was scrolling down my feed and saw an irrelevant player like Danilo Gallinari going viral, I already knew he said something more wild than everybody combined.
Danilo, you have to be feeling good after this game. I have to admit, you looked a little bit sluggish in the first half, but you came back out in the second and dropped 30. What was the difference at halftime?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I came in the locker room to take a shit.
What?
I normally take a shit 4 or 5 times a day, but everywhere. I can take it right here in the locker room, at home, with my friends, in the living room, while we're playing cards. I'm actually going to take a shit right now. You want to watch?
I mean, she never said she didn't want to watch, but you definitely want to watch the wildest ending to an NBA game ever at number 14. During a Pacers and Knicks playoff game, when Indiana was down 6 points with 18 seconds left, the odds of them coming back to win were less than 1%. So they knew they had to do the near impossible.
Miller for 3, and he got it. And it's 105-102. And a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line and hits again.
Tie game.
Starks misses. Batted around. Ewing has it. His shot no good. As
No timeouts.
Anthony stumbles and falls. Time runs out. Reggie Miller.
8 points in 9 seconds is still one of the wildest moments in NBA history. But somehow it's not as wild as number 13. Literally. Because animals took over the NBA? During a game, bats flew into an arena and fought NBA players.
Oh, Manu knocked it out of midair!
And the bats have returned.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Here comes the Coyote. Get him! Oh, the Coyote got him. Go ahead and chow down, Coyote.
But even Batman wasn't able to pull off something as ridiculous as what dogs did during the halftime show. And after that, I didn't think animals would be able to go more viral. But the craziest animal NBA moment I've ever seen was a deadly snake invading a team's locker room.
A snake was found in the visitors' locker room of AT&T Center, home of the Spurs. Mo Williams posted a photo on Instagram. The snake was hanging out at the bottom of teammate Thomas Robinson's locker.
Wait a minute, who's that snake think he is? Kevin Durant? I'm just glad he didn't think he was Shaq. Cause at number 12, what this dude did became one of the most viral moments in NBA history. Damn, not a single thought I know could throw it back like Shaq. That's why over 38 million people really watched a grown man twerk, including you. But what Shaq did was only at half court. At number 11, a rapper pulled off one of the worst halftime shows in NBA history.
In my bank account, in my bank account, in my bank account, in my bank account, in my...
Yeah, I bet in his mind he killed it. But now that we're getting into the top 10 wildest moments in NBA history, let's take things to a whole new level. Like the time a white boy saved the NBA? All-Star Weekend has always been one of the NBA's biggest events because of the dunk contest. But the event became one of the NBA's biggest controversies when everybody claimed Aaron Gordon got robbed of winning the contest twice, and he dropped a diss track at the judges.
Adam Silver told me I deserved the gold. Didn't get the trophy, but I got something to hold. Jeez, forgive me, bro, I won't sell my soul.
Yeah, once NBA superstars heard that, they all refused to join again unless they got paid hella money.
What would it take for you to be like, okay, you know what? I will do this.
$1 million.
So that pretty much forced the NBA to invite players that weren't big names. And they pulled off some of the weakest dunks in history, making people think the contest was forever ruined.
We cannot have this atrocity showing up on a Saturday night for NBA All-Star Weekend. It was a national embarrassment.
Now, when the 2023 participants were announced, and it was 3 of the worst players in the league, even a non-NBA player, everybody thought this was gonna be the worst contest in history. Until one player proved that white men can jump.
The guy holding the other guy. Some boy, he gonna go down. Oh, that's a 50.
I want to give a shout out to Mac McClung. He definitely saved the dunk contest. That was a beautiful performance. I haven't seen the fans excited like that in a long time.
Yeah, Mac really proved it ain't a bad thing to be a short king. Mac's dunks became some of the most viral all-star highlights of all time. And they sent him from 50,000 followers to 1 million overnight. That's absolutely wild. But not every wild NBA moment has a happy ending, like number 9. It all started when NBA star Jaylen Brown posted some devastating news that his best friend Terrence Clark got into a car accident and died. So the NBA just had to do something special at the draft.
Before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to recognize Terrence Clark. Terrence was expected to be drafted tonight, but he tragically passed away in April following a car crash. He was 19. And to all of those who knew and admired Terrence, please know that he will forever be part of the NBA family. The NBA selects Terrence Clark from the University of Kentucky.
Wow, you gotta respect the commissioner for that. But I also respect the mascot who risked his life to pull off one of the craziest trick shots of all time at number 8. Damn, one mistake and that mascot's life was over. He's just lucky Giannis wasn't there.
What?
But he's also lucky Lil Wayne wasn't there, cause in number 7, what this dude brought to an NBA game was illegal. Lil Wayne usually pulls up, hangs out with players, and follows the rules. But during the pandemic and the NBA's bubble, he wasn't allowed to show up in person. Fans could still be there virtually, on the big screen though, and of course Wayne wanted to represent. But even though the score was 22-15, he thought it was 420?
The free throw line.
Alright, I mean, I feel him though. I'd have to get blazed watching the Blazers too. They're ass. But not all fans are wild in an inappropriate way. At number 6, a secret fan helped Klay Thompson win a championship? See, while most fans get NBA players to sign jerseys, basketballs, or even sports cards, Klay was asked to autograph a toaster? Yeah, and what actually made the situation wild was, immediately after Klay signed it, him and the Warriors started playing their best basketball ever. They went on a historic winning streak, and after finishing the season 15-1, they secured an NBA championship. So Warriors fans literally started claiming the toaster signing was magic.
Right after Klay signed a toaster, we went on a 14-game winning streak. The one game where he sat, we lost, so the toaster magic was real. Then we went 15-0 in the playoffs, and then we won in 5. And then Klay invited me to the toaster, or to the parade.
And after the story went viral, fans literally started asking Klay to sign even more random things anytime they saw him. Damn, so it started with a toaster, ended with a ring? Well, at number 5, LeBron James ruined another player's career. Everything started when he got called out by Dylan Brooks?
You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. I guess what were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
This man's out here talking like he's a superstar, and he's completely irrelevant. I wonder why everybody was clowning dude.
He didn't poke the bear, okay? He didn't poke the bear. He didn't poke the bear at all. This is a picture right here. He poured honey on him. That's what Dylan Brooks did. He poured honey. He poured honey on himself.
The entire situation went viral, but LeBron was unfazed.
I don't want to talk about sports. Tomorrow's gonna be a great game. I'm not here for the bull. I'm ready to play, and that's it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you could tell LeBron meant business, and Lakers fans had his back.
We coming for y'all, man. Laughing at y'all.
Coming into their next game, not only was Dylan getting booed as soon as he stepped on the court, and LeBron walked straight at Dylan to let him know Daddy was coming, the Lakers instantly took over by having the greatest first quarter of a playoff game in NBA history. On the Jumbotron, they popped up ridiculous comparisons of Dylan and LeBron. And things got so out of hand, Dylan tried cheating to win by punching LeBron in the dick.
On the weak side, he stepped on the line when he caught the ball. LeBron down. Oh, what are they going to call this? Foul on Brooks. They're going to probably look at it.
Obviously, this was intentional. So it got Dylan thrown out the game. And he was so embarrassed that he refused to talk to the media afterwards. But listen, LeBron wasn't finished, because next game, with the series on the line, he did everything he could to carry his squad to a win. LeBron hit the game-tying shot.
To James off the window, it goes! What a basket by James!
Nearly hit a half-court game winner.
LeBron made that!
And when everything came down to a final possession, LeBron got the exact matchup everybody wanted to see.
He gets him. James drives. James is fouled and one. LeBron.
Game over. The fans went wild, but not as wild as number 4, where Knicks fans lost their goddamn minds. And it's all because the Knicks have been historically ass cheeks for a very long time. Humiliating losses. No big name players wanting to sign there.
Like, the cool thing right now is not the Knicks.
Take the jerseys off. The organization's been so embarrassing that people would literally wear bags on their heads just so nobody would recognize them at games. I mean, everybody was clowning the Knicks.
The New York Knicks are a national disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. They're horrible.
Until here in 2023, not only did the Knicks dominate all season, eventually carrying themselves to the number 5 seed, they're even winning playoff games. Knicks fans felt like all the pain they went through finally paid off. And well, they started wilding out, calling out everybody.
I got one question. I got one question. Yo, KD, don't you regret that coming? Trae Young better get swept. Trae Young.
Cleveland, Ohio. Yo, Donovan Mitchell. Next time, bring your mother. Donovan Mitchell.
Trae Young.
Why would you want to live in Cleveland? Are you f***ing dumb? D-Mitch.
Darius Garland is not built for New York. He is not Trae Young. He is not Trae. Darius Garland. He is not built for New York. Let's go, baby.
Damn, that's crazy, but at number 3, Jimmy Butler changed his appearance just to troll the NBA.
Yeah.
Now, Jimmy thought he did something with this, but once the footage dropped of him with his new locks, it broke the internet. Fans turned him into memes. Some even said LeBron was probably texting him to find out where he got fake hair from. Jimmy's own teammates clowned him.
My brother, he said, this joint's fire, yo. This, it's fire. He said, I said, bro.
But after that, Jimmy didn't back down. He showed up to Media Day, hoping his photo shoots would make him the most viral NBA player in the world. And even though Jimmy lied to everybody and said the hair was real,
I don't have any extensions, I don't know what you're talking about.
Eventually the season came around and the hair was gone. It turned out, Jimmy only got the hair so that anytime the NBA showed his pics on TV, the hair would be there. It didn't take him long to realize it, so they trolled him right back and turned his picture into his NBA 2K pic. The NBA really turned his own prank against him and made it seem like he was completely irrelevant. But at number 2, an NBA game got destroyed by an earthquake.
Folks, we're experiencing an earthquake right now.
The NBA had just welcomed 2 of its newest stars, Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett. So everybody was already anticipating the first time they'd step on an NBA court. And their debut was so hyped up, even LeBron was in the building. So it was only right things started with Zion throwing down a wild dunk.
Tapped it out to knock. Zion rips it, punches it home.
Then, RJ immediately splashing a 3.
Barrett.
So everybody expected him to go back and forth all night, till out of nowhere.
Need a knee contact and will not return.
Folks, we're experiencing an earthquake right now.
Whoa, yes we are.
Can you feel the earth below you?
Yes, I can.
The score clock is shifting ever so slightly.
I think they're going to clear the players, and appropriately so, as that scoreboard above midcourt was moving quite significantly.
The game and the entire state was shaken by an insane earthquake that traveled all the way from Cali to the stadium in Las Vegas. So the officials forced the game to end early, and both Zion and RJ's careers have been shaky ever since. But at number 1, Ja Morant created the wildest controversy in NBA history.
You're talking about like basketball player Ja Morant.
Basketball player, okay.
Everything started during Pacers vs. Grizzlies, where things got heated.
Oh, what we got here? Let's cut it out.
Now, I don't know if dude said 12 and Ja got mad, but both Ja's dad and one of their shooters walked onto the court to back him up. Things escalated until Ja's boy got escorted out the building, and it wasn't long before news came out that after the game, things got wild.
Ja goes and gets in one of the 2 parked cars. Reportedly, Ja is riding in the second car. A dot of a red laser appears on several of the people up on the loading dock just to scare them. But again, the security guard said, I believe that's attached to a weapon.
Yes.
But once Shannon said that, Ja went on a mission to prove he is really about that life. News eventually came out that dude was flashing weapons on Instagram. So that's why the world turned his entire life into a joke. People were saying his new nickname was Ja Wick. They claim this was probably Ja's room growing up. Luckily though, Ja issued an apology, and ever since, he's been back like nothing happened. But I don't think the refs forgot. They literally threw him out the game just for talking to his fans. I mean, they probably thought he was gonna shoot him. The refs have no idea what they're doing, man. And like, they constantly ruin games. One ref even made a diss track at the fans. So just click this video, man. I know you wanna watch it.